My first time playing Pokemon Platinum, Part 1. Alright, so we start things off by getting introduced to Professor Rowan, but of course I say no to needing any tips. Does he not know I'm a Pokemon master? I then get asked my name, and of course I had to go with the name Yusei. And if I'm Yusei, there's only one option for my rival's name, Jack. So the game cuts to me chilling in my room, but before I could do anything, Jack appears out of nowhere. And looking back, this really does make Jack a weirdo. But anyway, he starts telling me about how we need to go visit Professor Rowan, get some Pokemon, and then just tells me to follow him. And you know, to complete the game I kind of do need to have Pokemon, so I figured it's not the worst idea in the world to follow it. However, before I leave the house, of course I have to be confronted by my mother. I finally managed to escape my house. I first made my way to Jack's house, before following him all the way to Route 201. And this is where he has the very smart idea to decide to just sprint through the tall grass with no Pokemon. Right as he was about to jump, we get interrupted by none other than Professor Rowan himself, alongside Dawn, who shows up bringing the professor's briefcase. Professor Rowan then goes on a mini lecture about how dangerous that was. You know, to be fair, a wild Starly would probably beat us with no Pokemon. But anyway, after he goes on this long tangent, he gives us a couple questions and then finally lets us pick some Pokemon. And before I even played Pokemon Platinum, I already knew who I was going to pick anyway. The final evolution of this Pokemon is in my top 3 favorite of all time, alongside it being in my favorite Pokemon anime fight in history. So I opened the briefcase and you know I had to pick my boy, Chimchar. Jack of course picks Piplup, and we can now finally start our official adventure. Follow me for part 2 to see what happens next, and subscribe to my YouTube for the longer version.